Hello and welcome, everybody. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. UEFA Euro 2020 continues with a Group B clash between Denmark and Belgium from Copenhagen, Denmark. It's already day 7 of the tournament. Of course, it'll be an emotional match this after Christian Eriksen of Denmark collapsed in Denmark's Euro opener this past weekend against Finland in this very stadium. But Denmark, amidst all those emotions, will have to face the number 1 team in the world in Belgium. A lot of tributes taking place for Christian Eriksen. And we'll also see 10 minutes in a tribute as for a whole minute, everyone in the stadium will have a round of applause for Christian Eriksen. Bjorn Clippers of the Netherlands is tonight's match official. It will be a 6 p.m. local time kickoff. As I'll get to the starting lineups now. First for Denmark, the hosts, they are led by Kasper Hjulmand. In goal is Kasper Schmeichel. 4 at the back with Andreas Christensen, Simon Kjaer, Yannick Vestergaard, and Joachim Mala. And then in the midfield, it's Daniel Voss, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and Thomas Delaney. And then up top, it's the front 3 of Yusuf Poulsen, Mikael Damsgaard, and Martin Braithwaite. Of course, Christian Eriksen, the leader of this Denmark team, and arguably their best player. But it's great to see him in good health. Obviously, he'll be a huge loss for the rest of this tournament for Denmark. But the good thing is he's doing well in a hospital just under a mile away from the stadium as well. So really close by in Copenhagen. Meanwhile, for Belgium, they are led by head coach Roberto Martinez. It's Thibaut Courtois. In goal, it's 3 at the back with Jan Vertonghen, Jason Denayer, and Toby Alderweireld. It's 4 in the midfield, including Torgan Hazard, Leander Den Donker, Yuri Tillemans, and Thomas Meunier. 3 up front, including Yannick Carrasco, Romelu Lukaku, and Dries Mertens. Denmark, after that emotional Saturday in Copenhagen, resume the match after that scary Christian Eriksen incident. And it was Finland with a 1-0 victory. Obviously, the score wasn't on the minds, even remotely close to the minds of Denmark. But they do have 0 points coming into the game, and they face a stern test in Belgium. Belgium with a statement victory in their opening match, 3-0 over Russia. We're underway. It's a 6 p.m. local time kickoff, temperature in the mid-70s. Beautiful night for some football in Group B of Euro 2020. Torgan Hazard going down for Belgium early as a challenge came from Daniel Voss, who plays his club football with Valencia in Spain. And we'll see how Denmark managed to handle all of the emotions that they have gone through the past couple of days and will certainly experience this evening. As this is claimed by Thibaut Courtois, the big Belgian keeper for Real Madrid. This game at Parken Stadium, so a home match for Denmark. Here is Yannick Carrasco. Carrasco closed down. It's one back by Denmark. And here come the home side. Martin Braithwaite chasing this one down. But he's in an offside position. The flag raised on the near side as Jan Vertonghen, the captain for Belgium, that left back, was able to catch Braithwaite just a step offside. Braithwaite, who of course plays for Barcelona. That's a poor giveaway up the middle. Højbjerg is there, setting up Poulsen. Poulsen shoots, and he scored the opening goal. It's Denmark in a fairy tale story, scoring over 90 seconds into the match. 2nd minute of play, and Copenhagen's absolutely rocking right now. Yusuf Poulsen with the opening goal, 1-0, Denmark on top. You cannot make it up. A roaring crowd at Parken Stadium. Just a horrible giveaway by Jason Denayer. And right there was Højbjerg. Højbjerg setting up Poulsen. Poulsen made sure he was onside, and a real composed finish, beating Thibaut Courtois, slotting that one into the bottom left corner. It's Denmark with a dream start in front of their home fans. 1-0 to the Danes. A really good finish as well from Yussuf Poulsen. And just like that, in the opening minutes, it's Denmark with the lead over Belgium. How will Belgium respond? Just days after an emotional day, after Christian Eriksen collapsed, it's a dream start as Belgium have their first look. Yuri Tillemans with a dangerous ball. Dries Mertens with a flicked-on header, but the save made by Kasper Schmeichel, his first test of the evening. Now it's Denmark in the midfield. Switch of play. And that's saved along the sideline by Daniel Voss. Well, an overwhelming amount of emotion inside Parken Stadium for kickoff. And now it's a cheerful crowd after that start for the Danes. Denmark in the midfield with possession. Now this is back to Voss. Braithwaite out wide. Down the right wing. Here is Højbjerg. Højbjerg to the edge of the box. A nice touch. Holding here is Mala. Mala into the box. And Courtois closes him down and makes the save. Denmark threatening early. Now the Danes win it back once more. Edge of the box, it's Damsgaard. Damsgaard, defended by Denayer. Cross sent in, and the shot flicked onto the near post by Braithwaite. Was blocked out of play. It goes for a Danish corner. What a start for Denmark. It was Yussuf Poulsen scoring 2 minutes in. And now Denmark creating more trouble for the Belgian defense. Oh, no, it actually came back off of Braithwaite, so a goal kick rather for Belgium. Nonetheless, 5 minutes in, and Denmark making a statement early. Belgium forced into another turnover. This is Andreas Christensen of Chelsea. Christensen into the middle. Advantage played as Denmark retained possession. Moved out to the left-hand side. Now it's Mela. Cross to the back post. Header is saved. Courtois with a diving effort to keep it out. Another real dangerous opportunity for Denmark. And now flying the other way is Torgan Hazard. But the ball was out of play. And a throw-in awarded to Denmark. Yeah, it looked like Voss for Denmark was actually trying to head it across the face of goal to the back post. But Courtois was able to make the save, I should say, on what turned into what appeared to be a shot. Now it's Denayer for Belgium at the back. This ball headed into the air. Lukaku was in the area. Belgium will win it. Lukaku with a monstrous performance in the opener against Russia, scoring twice. Dries Mertens let it go, but Lukaku was not on the same page. And now Braithwaite taken down. Foul called against Torgan Hazard. A concerning look on the face of Roberto Martinez. It's far from the start that Belgium were looking for. If Denmark were to win this game, all four teams in Group B would be on 3 points through 2 matches, which would make for a fascinating final day in this group. This is won by Yannick Vestergaard, who plays for Southampton. Now it's Christensen. Back for Højbjerg. 25,000 in attendance at Parken Stadium in Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. Now, once again, it's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. And a misplaced pass left by Meunier, and it will be a goal kick to Belgium. We're going back to the goal just about 100 seconds into the match. A poor giveaway, but all credit to Yussuf Poulsen. A really fine finish to beat Thibaut Courtois, and an animated Danish sideline after that goal, led by head coach Kasper Hjulmand. Now here come Denmark once more. Cross sent in. Kept alive momentarily by Mela, but one back by the Belgians. Lukaku losing his footing. And Belgium struggling a bit early on in this match. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's continued coverage of UEFA Euro 2020. Denmark with a surprise start, scoring just 2 minutes into the match. Here's a ball over the top. Braithwaite unable to control. Now in the midfield for Belgium is Yannick Carrasco. Carrasco wide for Meunier. Meunier, who came off the bench and scored a goal in Belgium's 3-0 win over Russia. Now it's Torgan Hazard. Still no Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne in the starting lineup. As that ball is floated over the top, Poulsen was making the run, but Courtois was there at the edge of the box. I believe Kevin De Bruyne is fit to play, so I think he is an option on the bench for Belgium. Eden Hazard certainly is. We saw him come off the bench in the opener, but still not fit to play 90 minutes. Here's Yannick Carrasco. Meunier back into the midfield. And now Denmark will tap the ball out of play, as we will have that 1 minute of a round of applause in honor of Christian Eriksen. Everyone in the stadium participating. A touching moment. And the reason why they are doing this in the 10th minute is, of course, because Christian Eriksen wears number 10. A great tribute as the action is paused for 60 seconds. Of course, some things bigger than sport. And now we continue play. Unprecedented scenes, to say the least. "11 minutes played, 1-0, Denmark on top of Belgium." Yussuf Poulsen with the early goal for the Danes, who would prefer at least a point. 3 would be great tonight. But if they come away with no points, of course, it'll be the odds will definitely be against them heading into the final match day. Here is Denayer. Over to the left back, Jan Vertonghen. Torgan Hazard into Lukaku. Simon Kjaer nearly took it away. Now Belgium looking to spark an attack. Can't quite do so. as the ball over the top was intended for Lukaku, but Kasper Schmeichel is there. This is off the head of Braithwaite. Now Poulsen holds. He's the goal scorer. Poulsen, good ball in! And at the last moment, it was last-ditch defending for Belgium as the run was made by Damsgaard and Toby Alderweireld. No, it was rather Thomas Meunier getting there for Belgium. And that is a goal-saving intervention there. And it did go off of Denmark last, as it was deflected off of the shin, it appeared, of Damsgaard. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. It's coverage of Group B at Euro 2020. As this ball might find Braithwaite. Braithwaite is in. Braithwaite cutting back to his left foot, now on his right, feeds it across. And at the edge of the 6, Belgium managed to clear. No one there for Denmark. Another real dangerous moment for Belgium, who have been a bit uneasy at the back in the early stages. Torgan Hazard with the throw-in, finding Leander Dendoncker, who plays for Wolves in the Premier League. Now that's passed out of play. A Denmark throw-in coming up. And that pass is well over the head of Martin Braithwaite. Throw in to Belgium. Torgan Hazard with the throw-in. He will switch it to the far side of the pitch. Now it's back with Denayer, who made that costly mistake leading to the Yussuf Poulsen opening goal just minutes into the match. Another throw-in won by Belgium. Denmark win it back. This is Poulsen. Poulsen to Thomas Delaney. Højbjerg to Voss. Braithwaite. Great combination. And now it's Poulsen in. Poulsen with not the cross he was seeking. Completely mishit. And it's a goal kick to Belgium. A quarter of an hour played. It's Denmark with a bright start and a 1-0 lead. Yeah, Denmark have been very solid in possession. Nice sliding challenge by Vestergaard to win possession back for Denmark. This is taken to the byline. Cross sent in. And Braithwaite sends it wide. It will be a goal kick to Belgium. As Denayer was step for step with Braithwaite there. But 16 minutes in, and it's been all Denmark so far. To the surprise of many, most likely. Look at the touches in the attacking penalty area. Denmark have had 13. Belgium, on the other hand, just 1. This is flicked on by Poulsen. Braithwaite back for Voss. Daniel Voss into the middle with Delaney. Delaney out wide. Now down the left wing. Denmark once again on the attack. This is Damsgaard. He's dispossessed. Now it's Belgium the other way, looking for the counterattack. But the pass from Tielemans is cut out, and Belgium just unable to maintain possession at the moment. This is Poulsen under a bit of pressure, and it's stripped away by Dendoncker. Alderweireld back for Courtois. off the backside of Lukaku. And once again, the Danes win it back. They have the 1-goal lead. This is Andreas Christensen in possession. Out wide for Braithwaite. Now into the middle, it's Højbjerg. Vestergaard. Beautiful night weather-wise. Really perfect conditions on this Wednesday evening in Denmark. As that comes to Vertonghen, and he blasts it out of play. No rhythm so far for Belgium. It's been quite a poor start. We haven't really seen much of their attack, which we know can be lethal, with the likes of Carrasco, Lukaku, and Mertens up top. Now in the corner, it's Højbjerg. Back for Christensen. Vestergaard, Delaney. Once more, it's Delaney. Ball floated ahead, but a goal kick in the end for Belgium. Courtois, who's one of the top goalkeepers in the world, couldn't even stop Yussuf Poulsen's effort 2 minutes in. A really nice finish from Yussuf Poulsen, the Leipzig man. As Belgium look to respond, trailing by a goal. This is Yannick Carrasco. Out wide. Now down the left-hand side, it's Den Donker. And that pass stolen by the Danes. Here's Voss looking to lead the attack for Denmark. Moved into the middle. And Poulsen has it stolen away. The steal there by Dries Mertens, who we haven't seen much of so far. This is Thomas Meunier. Back for Alderweireld. 20th minute of play. 1-0 Denmark leading Belgium. Thanks, Badger, for tuning in over on Twitch. Do I have any preference? Do I have a preference of who I want to win? Not necessarily, Badger. No. I mean, I'm not a fan of either of these teams, although I like upsets. So I would like to see Denmark win. Plus, it would make the group very interesting because all 4 teams in the group would have 3 points heading into the final match day if Denmark were to win this match. So it would definitely make that final day in Group B very interesting if Denmark were to get the win. So yeah, I'd say I'd be happy if Denmark won, because it would be a nice victory for the underdogs, as Braithwaite was shielded away from the ball. Denmark, after an early goal, have really controlled the game up until this point. We'll see if Belgium can turn things around in the second part of the opening half. Into the middle, this is, I believe, Den Donker. Now over to Vertonghen. Under pressure is Carrasco. Torgan Hazard's pass struck an arm as a free kick is awarded to the Belgians. What's going on, Erwin? I'm doing well. Hope you are as well, Erwin. Thanks for asking. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm doing well. I mean, I love the Euros, so it's been a fun tournament thus far. And an interesting start to this game with Denmark getting that early goal. This ball clipped in by Meunier ends up right into the hands of Schmeichel, I should say. And Schmeichel will punt this one to the right side of the pitch. That ball just over the head of Voss, but he did get knocked from behind. Free kick to Denmark. Bjorn Koppers, the Dutch referee, a very experienced referee, one of the top officials in all of Europe. Yusuf Poulsen's second-minute goal has Denmark on top. You really can't make up the start to the game after all of the distress that the Danish players and everyone really dealt with after the scary incident revolving around Christian Eriksen after he collapsed in their opener against Finland. It's been an emotional week. Has to be tough for Denmark to take the pitch again, but they're definitely playing for Christian, and so far so good as the underdogs against a very quality Belgian side. This is Daniel Voss. Voss, square ball over to Mela. Now Højbjerg on the left wing. Denmark very patient in possession. As that through ball is handled by Courtois. Very nice to meet you. You're from Indonesia. That's awesome, man. I am from the United States. Yeah, I'm from the United States of America. So pretty much on the opposite side of the globe as you. But that's what's great, about doing live streams. I appreciate the support from everywhere around the world. Just on last night's broadcast, I had viewers from Nigeria and Norway, which was pretty cool. So, yeah, I appreciate you tuning in all the way from Indonesia. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm from the United States. I haven't been to that part of the world. Although I do have a friend who lived in Singapore. And he really liked it there. He lived there for, I think, 3 years before moving back here to the United States. He moved to Singapore because of his dad's job. Yeah, I know, Badger. It's too bad Norway didn't make the Euros. That would have been, a fun team with the likes of Haaland and Odegaard. They lost in that playoff qualifier to, I think, Slovakia, as that pass for Lukaku is cut out by Daniel Voss. 20 minutes left in the opening half. All credit has to go to Denmark up until this point. Here's Simon Kjær. Kjær, who was really a hero when that Christian Eriksen incident happened. He made sure that the tongue of Christian Eriksen, he made sure that that Christian Eriksen wouldn't swallow his tongue, as this is a strike from distance just over the bar. A good look for Daniel Voss. Goal kick to Belgium. And he also came up with the idea for the Belgian team to make that human shield essentially around Christian Eriksen to give him some privacy in a scary moment. Lukaku dispossessed. That's won by Simon Kjær. Now it's Poulsen. Højbjerg. Out wide. Oh, you like Slovakia, Badger? One of your favorite players is one of the players is from your favorite club. Who would that be? As that goes out of play on the far side for a Belgium throw-in. Look at some statistics. It's all Denmark so far. The total attempts 7-1. Attempts on target 3-1 in favor of the hosts. A reminder that UEFA Euro 2020 action continues later today in Group C at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Netherlands facing Austria. No handball, as that was settled by Braithwaite. And winning a throw-in is Damsgaard. Oh, young Grey Goose. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, you're a Minnesota United fan. All right. Yep, I'm very familiar with Grey Goose. A good player in MLS. That's right. He is from Slovakia. Which country do I support in Euro 2020, Erwin? Portugal. My dad is from Portugal. So yeah, I am a Portugal fan. They are my team. Yeah, when it comes to international soccer, I'm a Portugal and United States fan. Because obviously I'm from the US, but my dad is from Portugal, so I'm a big Portuguese fan as well. As Denmark do have a free kick, an opportunistic chance perhaps. Voss delivers. The header won by Dendoncker, out for a Danish throw-in. Yes, I do love Ronaldo, absolutely. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. I love that he's Portuguese. I love that he's ours. Yep, big Ronaldo fan for sure. Another foul against Belgium. It sets up another Danish set piece from a similar position. Just a late challenge from Dries Mertens. Seems like all of the 50-50 battles have been won by Denmark so far. As we close in on the half-hour mark, and it's Daniel Voss standing over the Danish free kick. Denmark leading by a goal to nil in a surprise scoreline so far. But still plenty of time left in the match. Voss delivers, but it ends up right in the hands of Courtois. Rolls it ahead quickly, and now maybe Belgium can catch Denmark on the counter. As that's knocked out of play, it will be a Belgium throw-in. Yeah, Badger. A lot of people ask me that question when the U.S. played Portugal in the World Cup. Who did I cheer for? I cheered for the U.S. Because this is, I was born in the U.S., so it's not. I mean, I guess I'm still a huge Portugal fan, but the U.S. is the country I was born in and grew up in. So on that rare occurrence when the U.S. do play Portugal, which can really only happen in the World Cup in a competitive match anyway, which it did happen in 2014 in the group stage. Just because the U.S. were the underdogs too, and Portugal were kind of expected to win, and so I was pulling for the U.S. more in that match, although I don't want to see that happen again. I don't want to see the U.S. and Portugal face off in the World Cup again because I would love to see both teams win. It's tough when that happens, which is not often, but it can occur, like we saw in the 2014 World Cup. And as that goes off of Vestergaard for Belgium throw-in. 15 minutes left in the half. This is Torgan Hazard. Hazard wide for Carrasco. Carrasco has it poked away by Voss. Corner kick to Belgium. And if I'm not mistaken, it's their first of the match. You support Germany, Erwin? That's funny. I'm not into betting. I'm too young to bet in the first place. But but we could make a friendly wager. I hope Portugal pull through against Germany. That should be a great game. I will be on the call for that match on Saturday. Really looking forward to it. Now near the corner flag, this is chased down by Torgan Hazard. Belgium throw-in coming up. You'd be surprised if Denmark went into the half leading. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised, because Belgium really haven't tested Schmeichel all that much. Could that change here? Carrasco with the in-swinging corner kick, punched away affirmatively by Schmeichel. Denmark, however, dispossessed once more. Belgium with their first elongated trip into the attacking third. Down the right-hand side, Meunier crosses, headed away by Kjaer. Another Belgium throw-in as the tide is starting to shift just a bit. More possession these last few minutes for Belgium. And that ball is out of play on the far side for a Danish throw-in. Yeah, on that last Belgium corner, a really good job by Kasper Schmeichel to get a fist on that ball and punch it clear of danger, because Dries Mertens was definitely making Schmeichel's job difficult. Some pressure here. Denmark on the attack. Voss looking for Poulsen. The leaping Yusuf Poulsen unable to get there. Now this will come all the way back for Joachim Mela. Mela, who plays for Atalanta in Serie A. 34th minute of play. Thanks everyone for tuning in this afternoon or evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. It's a great pass taken down by Damsgaard, and the cross was just beyond the reach of Braithwaite. Back out for Damsgaard. Damsgaard still going into the box. Damsgaard with a shot. It's just wide of the far post. The youngster nearly doubling the lead for Denmark. A round of applause from the Danish supporters in Copenhagen as he tried to curl that one into the far post, just wide in the end. A fantastic individual effort. Damsgaard, just 20 years old. 20 years young, I should say. And he's done a fantastic job early on. Of course, no one will be able to fill the shoes of Christian Eriksen, but Damsgaard with a good match so far, and that was a really good look with 10 minutes left in the half. No, I know you're just kidding. I was joking around as well. What's going on, Karam? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. What do I think about Simon Kjaer? You mean him as a player, or what he did on Saturday in basically helping out and saving Christian Eriksen's life? I mean, he's definitely a hero, no doubt about that. As a player, I think he's a solid center back. I watched a bit of him this past season in Serie A for AC Milan. And definitely, outside of his talents on the pitch, a great leader off the pitch as well. And in a scary situation when Christian Eriksen collapsed, he really came to the rescue, leading the way for Denmark. I know, Karam. That was an ultimate collapse from the 76ers last night in the NBA playoffs. I couldn't believe that. Just unbelievable. Here is Delaney. Delaney crossing. Yusuf Poulsen unable to control. And now it's out of play on the far side for a Belgium throw-in. Yeah, I know, Karam. I know. You might be onto something there. 37 minutes played. Still a 1-0 lead for Denmark. This is one back by the Danes. Here is Mela. He goes down. Belgium unable to clear. It's one back by Højbjerg. Højbjerg, who plays for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. And now Kjaer goes back to Schmeichel. Do I prefer people watch me on YouTube? No, I mean, I don't care, Badger at all. I definitely have a larger following on YouTube, but I'm trying to, get on as many platforms as possible, going on Twitch and Periscope as well. So no, it's completely fine if you tune in on Twitch. Um, I appreciate everyone tuning in on all the different platforms. That's why I stream on multiple platforms so I can get a larger audience. So you can tune in whichever way you prefer, Badger, as that's out for a Belgium throw-in, and it will be taken by Torgan Hazard. Final minutes of the opening half in Copenhagen. It's the middle match of a triple header in Euro action today. Zion to OKC in the future. I don't know about that, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, possibly. This ball clipped in towards Carrasco, but now Denmark clear beyond midfield. More UEFA Euro 2020 action to come tomorrow. The day gets underway with a matchup in Group E between Sweden and Slovakia. 9 a.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Yeah, I know, Badger. I've been really impressed with how this Denmark team has come out. As you say, with all the emotions they've dealt with, they've definitely been very focused with the task at hand. As Thomas Meunier is fouled by Andreas. Nope, that wasn't Christensen. That was Vestergaard, actually. So time running out for Belgium to get an equalizer before the first half comes to a close. Here is Alderweireld. Now Carrasco on the right wing. The return pass couldn't find Carrasco, and out it goes now for a Belgium throw. Really a great atmosphere in Copenhagen. All 25,000 supporters, or at least most of them, have been standing up since the very start of the match. We'll see, Karam. We'll see, man. 41st minute. Here is Jan Vertonghen. Now Torgan Hazard. He finds Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku holding up play. And his pass off the mark. That's kept alive? No, not quite. A good effort by Mikhail Damsgaard. The ball did go out of play. Here is Denayer. Vertonghen back to the Belgian center back. Yeah, Erwin. Eden Hazard has been very, very, disappointing, and obviously, there's not really much to say about it, to be honest, because he's never on the pitch. He's always injured. You know what I mean? So ever since he left Chelsea to go to Real Madrid, he's had injury after injury and just hasn't been able to stay fit. As Romelu Lukaku breaks free, Lukaku looking for Mertens, but not enough weight on the pass. Dries Mertens, however, wins it back. A clean win, and now it's Lukaku. He's tripped. Free kick to Belgium. The Denmark players expressing their frustration as they thought Mertens committed a foul prior to Lukaku being fouled by Simon Kjaer. Or rather, Delaney. Take it back. It was Kyer. Yeah, this Belgium squad does have a lot of talent. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very stacked Belgium team, and that's why I think it's a surprise that they find themselves down 1-0 against Denmark as Yannick Carrasco stands over this free kick. Kasper Schmeichel providing orders to his wall. 3 on the wall for Denmark. This free kick from about 8 yards outside the box. And no danger posed to Denmark on that occasion, as it sailed right across the face of goal and beyond the end line for a Danish goal kick. There are Belgian fans in attendance, even though it's predominantly Danish support shown in Copenhagen, as it is a Denmark home game. But the Belgian fans who are tuning in at Parken Stadium are certainly frustrated with this first half from Belgium. Understandably so. As Jan Vertonghen leaps up to win the header and fouled on the play was, I believe, Damsgaard. Yep, he was fouled by Dries Mertens. You think the Thunder will become a dynasty in a few years, Karam? I mean, I understand you're a Thunder fan and want to be optimistic, but I think it'll be more than a few years before that's even a possibility. Here comes Denmark down the left-hand side. Now Højbjerg gave it away at the edge of the penalty area. Now it's Carrasco losing possession. Thomas Delaney's there. Christensen back to Delaney. We enter first half stoppage time. Great ball over the top, controlled by Braithwaite. Braithwaite onto his left foot. Braithwaite going for goal. Did it take a slight deflection? No, according to the referee. There'll be 1 minute added on to the end of the first half. And this was a real good chance for Martin Braithwaite. And looking at the replay, it's hard to tell if it maybe took a slight deflection off of Denayer, but a goal kick in the end awarded to Belgium. Now this is Lukaku, defended by Kier. Knocked away, out of play for a Belgian throw-in. And Kyer, the leader of Denmark, is there to defend Lukaku nicely. One last chance for Belgium, perhaps. A throw-in near the corner flag, as Thomas Meunier will take it. Into Tielemans. And it looks like Belgium will just hold on to possession as the halftime whistle comes. And it's Denmark with a 1-0 lead over Belgium here in Copenhagen. Well, what a storyline brewing in Copenhagen as Denmark, the underdogs, are leading Belgium. Yussuf Poulsen, the early goal in the second minute to put Denmark on the board. Belgium have had no response since, and after an emotional last couple of days for Denmark, they have been locked in so far this evening. And will they be able to pull off one of the biggest surprises thus far in the tournament? Still 45 minutes to play, but it's certainly a job well done up until this point for the Danes. 1-0. They're on top. The halftime report is coming your way shortly. Don't go anywhere as coverage of UEFA Euro 2020 continues. Yussuf Poulsen, the opening goal, just over 90 seconds into the match. The halftime report is coming up in a moment. Thank you, Rohan, for joining the broadcast. Much appreciated. I do not watch Marvel, unfortunately. I do not. So sorry about that, Rohan. I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. I'll step aside for a quick moment. The halftime report is next. Denmark with a surprise 1-0 lead over Belgium midway through. Welcome into the halftime report, everybody. An inspiring performance thus far from Denmark, and they have a 1-0 lead over Belgium after 45 minutes of play. We've seen support for Christian Eriksen around the whole world, and the Denmark fans certainly making the atmosphere fantastic in Copenhagen. And on an emotional day, Denmark have surprised many with a 1-0 lead at the interval after Yusuf Poulsen had a goal 2 minutes into the match. And just going through those first half highlights, it was Yusuf Poulsen. Well, I'll get to the highlights in a moment, but it was Yusuf Poulsen with the really nice finish, a left-footed finish into the bottom left corner, beating Thibaut Courtois. And yeah, now they're showing the highlights. Some great festivities before the game, honoring Christian Eriksen. Looked like all the players from Denmark signed the jersey of Christian Eriksen, or of Belgium, perhaps. I didn't quite catch it. But going to the actual play on the pitch, a poor giveaway from Denayer, and there to capitalize were Denmark. Højbjerg setting up Yusuf Poulsen, and Poulsen with a really composed finish as well on his right foot, blasting that one home. And no chance Courtois was going to save that one. And so it was really a dream start for Denmark. That goal coming basically 100 seconds into the match, and then a really touching tribute for Christian Eriksen 10 minutes into the match when play was paused for a minute, and a round of applause from the entire stadium emerged for 60 seconds. Great tribute, no doubt about that. So 1-0 Denmark. The shots 9-1 in favor of the Danes. The possession about even, 51 to 49% in favor of Belgium. And that goal from Denmark was actually their fastest goal in Euro history. So Denmark making a bit of history this evening as well. And just looking back at that Denmark goal, Denmark immediately applying the pressure on Denmark. Poulsen closed in on Denayer, forcing him into that turnover. And then great vision by Højbjerg to set up Poulsen. And as I said, Poulsen just with the utmost composure to finish off what would be the opening goal of the game, just 100 seconds into the match. Just a dream start, a fairy tale story for Denmark, because many, including myself, didn't know what to expect from this Denmark team. Just days after what was an emotional roller coaster for them, which they're still dealing with, of course, in the aftermath. And just respect between both sides, Denmark and Belgium, as they honor Christian Eriksen. You love to see it. Great scenes in Copenhagen. And you can only imagine what it would be like in the streets of Denmark if the home side can pull off the upset win. They have the lead through 45 minutes. I'll get you set for the second half next. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, into the halftime report. A look at Group C's table in Euro 2020. It's the Netherlands, Austria, and Ukraine, all with 3 points. But the Netherlands and Austria with a game in hand on Ukraine, as Ukraine beat North Macedonia earlier. North Macedonia at the bottom of the table on 0 points. Netherlands, Austria, pivotal Group C matchup later today, 3 p.m. Eastern time. But the focus right now is on Group B with the second half of Denmark, Belgium still to come. Good question, Erwin. That certificate was back in the fall of 2019. I was awarded that certificate for sports broadcasting, actually. It was a broadcasting certificate I used to do streams on another website called Sportscaster, and that certificate was given to me for my excellent work on that platform as I interned there as well. I had an internship with them. So I had a great time there at Sportscaster. And yeah, they provided me with that certificate for my excellent work with them in sports broadcasting. As we get set for the second half, it's Yusuf Poulsen's goal that has Denmark in the lead. Can they hold on for a huge 3 points in what would be the biggest upset of the tournament up until this point? We will find out next. Second half from Copenhagen next between Denmark and Belgium in Group B. Welcome back, and the second half is about to get underway as both teams are in the tunnel, ready to return to the pitch. 1-0, Denmark lead. What a big win. What a huge win it would be for Denmark if they can pull off the upset, but still 45 more minutes to play. We'll see what type of adjustments Roberto Martinez and Belgium make, because they just weren't sharp at all. Far from their best in those opening 45 minutes. You would expect that to change in the second half from Belgium. We shall see, as Denmark are the first to return to the pitch, followed by Belgium, I should say, in a moment, as we get set for the second 45 minutes of play. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of the broadcast today. It's been a great tournament so far in the Euros, and a tournament that started 6 days ago. It's already flying by. We're already a week into the tournament. I appreciate that greatly, Erwin. I appreciate it. And now Belgium follows Denmark out of the tunnel. They return to the pitch as well, and we get set for the start of the second half. I don't know, Rohan. Yeah, I heard Kevin De Bruyne is cleared to play, so he is an option off the bench, to my knowledge. Oh, and there he is. Right when you said it on cue, Rohan, because Kevin De Bruyne out of the locker room is all ready to go, and it looks like he'll be making an appearance to start the second half. So there's your answer, Rohan. I was thinking the same thing, but he will be set to come in as it appears. And he is just the spark Belgium will be looking for. Beautiful evening in Denmark as the board is raised, and Kevin De Bruyne will enter the match, replacing Dries Mertens. It was a quiet first half for Mertens. And so De Bruyne is in. We get set for the start of the second half. Belgium will kick off going from left to right. They're in all white. Denmark in their traditional all red kits going from right to left in the second half. Off we go. The second half underway in Copenhagen. 1-0, Denmark on top. As Belgium will move it across the back. Played out wide by Alderweireld. And now Meunier under some pressure. Back to Alderweireld. The long ball forward. Will be chased down by Lukaku, but first to it is Schmeichel. Here's De Bruyne's first touches. Out for a Danish throw-in. Do I think Italy can win this time? I know they're playing really good. They really are, Rohan. Heading into the tournament, I didn't think they could win it, but after their 2 games so far to start the tournament, they are the real deal, I think. I know it hasn't been the best quality of competition. I mean, Turkey and Switzerland are quality sides, but there's going to be stiffer competition down the road, of course. But yeah, the way Italy have played, if they can play like that consistently throughout the entire tournament, I think they've got a shot at winning it. I do. And they're a whole different Italian side than we've been used to in the past. They're a really fun, free-flowing team to watch. As that's last touched on the far side by Daniel Vaz. Throw into Belgium. Like Meunier lost his footing. We've seen a couple of times players on both sides, but especially Belgium, slip. I don't know how wet the playing conditions are or what that's all about, but it has been a factor I've noticed. As that's turned over. This is played ahead to Yusuf Poulsen. Poulsen. Defended by Denayer. No worries at all, Erwin. I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, contributing to the chat, and making the broadcast more lively, because that's what it does. It makes the broadcast more interesting, as I'll answer your question in a moment. Here's an opportunity, and Thomas Delaney's effort is wide. A left-footed strike from just outside the box. About 7 yards outside the box, actually. It's from quite a distance. But it was quite a ways wide in the end. You can't knock Delaney for that effort. But yeah, what do I think about Sergio Ramos ending his journey with Real Madrid? Yeah, it's a sad ending to Ramos, his to Ramos' Real Madrid career. But I can't really blame him. I feel from what I've heard, he was asking for a 2-year deal, and Real Madrid offered him a 1-year deal and a pay cut as well. So I can't really blame him for wanting out, because for a guy like Ramos, if you're Real Madrid, you have to give him what he wants. I mean, he's still a fantastic player, a leader of that team. So I was a little disappointed that Real Madrid, didn't offer him what he was asking for. It wasn't like he was asking for a lot, a 2-year contract. But Real Madrid, I guess, were ready to move on from Ramos, and so that's what we're seeing. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Ramos ends up. That's for certain. Kasper Schmeichel takes the goal kick. Settled by Poulsen. One back by Belgium. Here's De Bruyne. Now it's Meunier. Lukaku has it taken away. Very quiet night for Romelu Lukaku after he was fantastic against Russia in the opener. This is headed forward by Braithwaite, and Courtois clears it one touch. Denmark once again applying the pressure on that Belgian defense as Braithwaite just ran by Vertonghen and caused some distress for Courtois. Will be Mela to take the throw-in. Great bit of skill here. And winning the free kick is Damsgaard. The 20-year-old continues to impress. A brilliant piece of skill in a very tight space, able to just split right through Tielemans and Dendoncker and eventually drawing the foul. "50 minutes played in a Denmark free kick from just outside of the penalty area." And what a moment this could be for the 20-year-old Damsgaard, who could be the one that takes this free kick. He and Voss standing over it. It's Damsgaard with the strike, but it's right into the Belgian wall. Dendoncker got his head to it, actually. But it will be a Denmark throw-in as they retain possession in the attacking third. Throw-in given away, however. Back with Denmark. Vestergaard for Mela. Højbjerg. He's been the maestro in the midfield. Now on the turn, it's Damsgaard. Damsgaard attacking the Belgian defense, trying to play through Paulsen, but they weren't quite on the same page. It's the right idea. As Carrasco gets taken out, advantage played. De Bruyne spraying it wide. Down the right-hand side, it's Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku has it knocked away. Great piece of defending from Vestergaard. And Lukaku still doesn't have a touch this evening in the 18-yard box of Denmark. That's extraordinary. Yeah, I'd say so, Rohan. I'd say so for sure. Yeah, it's been an inspiring performance, as you suggest. Yeah, I think after that scary incident last game, Denmark are playing with of course in honor of Christian Eriksen and are definitely motivated to get the win. I think it has increased the team spirit all around. I think the team has really come together even more so. Belgium in possession. Here's Tielemans. Tielemans loses possession, but now it's back with Jan Vertonghen, the left back for Belgium. Here is Denayer. Alderweireld into the feet of Meunier. Tielemans couldn't thread it through, and now it's Paulsen the other way. He's knocked down. Foul called. A quick restart by Denmark. Here's Mela. Højbjerg. Now Lukaku. Lukaku driving forward. Romelu Lukaku in on goal. Cuts it back. Kevin De Bruyne to the back post. And there's the equalizer. Belgium have grabbed their goal at last. It's Torgan Hazard who makes it 1-1. His brother gets the spotlight most of the time, but it's Torgan Hazard with the equalizing goal. That was just Absolutely brilliant interplay from Belgium once Lukaku broke free. Denmark knew danger was coming as De Bruyne, after receiving the pass from Lukaku, setting up Torgan Hazard. And not enough time to react for Kasper Schmeichel. The composure from De Bruyne, just top class. And it's 1-1, game on in Copenhagen. Just a fantastic team goal from Belgium, including Lukaku's first touches in the 18-yard box of Denmark tonight. Yes, that was very pretty indeed. No doubt about it, Badger. So a big goal for Belgium, which comes in the 55th minute of play. Torgan Hazard with the finish. And the introduction of Kevin De Bruyne certainly making an impact right away. Now here's Braithwaite. It will be a Danish corner. The Denmark fans trying to lift the spirit of the team as it's Belgium with the momentum back on their side once more. What do I think about the pros and cons of Marko Arnautovic? I don't really like him that much, to be honest. You know, he's been involved in quite a number of incidents, and I think he deserved to have that suspension. I mean, he's a quality striker, but you know, he gets involved in, you know, situations he really could easily stay out of. And this is crossed in, bouncing ball towards the penalty spot, and now it's cleared away. Oh yeah, Rohan, that is true. Both teams have red in their colors. Denmark are wearing red tonight, so that's why I made the scoreboard red when they had the lead. As a free kick is given to Denmark, foul committed by the goal scorer for Belgium, Torgan Hazard. I'm not sure if that's the right call, to be honest, because it looked like Hazard got there first before the foul was committed by Daniel Voss. But it does set up a good set piece for Denmark. They've had a few of them so far this evening. So here's the set piece. It's played short, clipped in by, I believe that was Højbjerg, and now Belgium will work it the other way. Lukaku looking to start the break, and a foul there against Daniel Voss, the yellow card surely coming out, and there it is. The first booking of the match. Daniel Voss, guilty this time. It's a tactical foul in the end from Voss. Definitely a late lunging leg to take down Meunier, but Belgium would have been off on the counter perhaps had that foul not been committed. And here comes another Belgium change. Torgan Hazard, Eden Hazard, I should say, is coming in. He'll replace Yannick Carrasco. So Hazard is in, and he will wear the captain's armband now. And Axel Witsel also comes in. He hasn't played in a while. He had a ruptured Achilles. But he returns from injury, and he comes on for Leander Dendoncker. Very, very deep bench that this Belgium team has. A lot of quality off the bench. Of course, the only reason the likes of Eden Hazard, Axel Witsel, and Kevin De Bruyne didn't start is because they're all recovering from their respective injuries, as we're about an hour into the match, and Lukaku in an offside position. Talk about a high line from Denmark. About a half hour remains. An intriguing match so far in Copenhagen. And the score is tied at 1. A looping ball from Yussuf Poulsen. That pass given away. Eden Hazard with his first touches. Here he is, finding his brother out wide. And now here come Belgium. They can be lethal on the attack. De Bruyne for Eden Hazard. De Bruyne once more. Deflected pass. Couldn't find Tielemans. Now it's Witsel stepping up, and a foul by Torgan Hazard. As the referee, Bjorn Koppers, is looking to take control of the situation as things are getting a bit more chippy. Denmark are set to make their first change. And making way will be the goal scorer in Yussuf Poulsen. Going back to that Belgium goal, just absolute beautiful team goal. Lukaku finding De Bruyne, and then De Bruyne with the awareness and composure to just feed it across. And looking back at the replay, Torgan Hazard was just onside by the slimmest of margins. A fantastic team goal to level the score and change the complexion of this match. And it will be Nørgaard coming in. So Christian Nørgaard replaces Yussuf Poulsen. So that is the the Denmark substitution. It looks like they've made another change. I'll get you up to date with that in a moment. Meanwhile, here come Denmark. On the left side, it's Joachim Mæhle. Mæhle, who plays for Atalanta. Now it's Thomas Delaney of Dortmund. Delaney holds. Back for Damsgaard, the youngster, who has replaced Eriksson in the lineup. Now a sliding tackle to keep possession. That's beautifully done by Thomas Delaney. 62 minutes played now in Copenhagen. Well, Denmark would love to get 3 points tonight. A point wouldn't be the end of the world for them. But if they were to lose this match, it would be a very difficult scenario for them to go through. A look at the live table in Group B. Belgium, if this result stood, would go atop the group on 4 points. Russia and Finland each have 3 points. And then it's Denmark with 1. That's the live table. By the way, Daniel Voss was the other player to come out for Denmark. He was on a yellow card, and he was replaced by Larsen. Here is Eden Hazard back into the middle with Denayer. Over to Alderweireld. Toby Alderweireld of Benfica gets it back from Tielemans. Now it's Tielemans. Some space to work with. Through ball. Couldn't quite find Meunier. Knocked out for a Belgium corner. Yeah, the shift in momentum has quickly turned in a hurry. Thank you, TG, for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. You missed KDB's return. Yeah, he did make sure he made an impact. Yep, he certainly did. Score, assisting on the equalizing goal that was scored by Torgan Hazard. All right, Erwin, have a wonderful rest of your night. I know where you are, it's 12:22 in the morning, so you get some sleep. I'll see you. Have a good one over in Indonesia. Appreciate you stopping by, and it was very nice to meet you. Here is Torgan Hazard, 65 minutes played. Now Alderweireld into Axel Witsel. A close game, and we're in for a thrilling ending. At least it's shaping up that way. This is Meunier. Lukaku double teamed. It's a great steal by Kerr. One back by Jason Denayer. Definitely a much more quiet crowd. Of course, predominantly Denmark supporters with this game taking place in Copenhagen. Is the Belgian Daryl DK a factor yet? Yeah. I mean, he really sparked that chance for Belgium that led to their opening goal. Outside of that, he's been pretty quiet, to be honest. I mean, on that Belgium goal, that was the first time Lukaku had a touch in the Denmark 18-yard box. So, Belgium all around were quiet up until that point, but Lukaku as well. Thanks, Guillermo, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It looks like Kasper Hjulmand, the Denmark manager, is set to make some more substitutions in the next few minutes. We'll keep an eye out for that. Kasper Schmeichel takes the goal kick. The free kick, I should say. Denayer got to the header, but now it's Damsgaard in possession. Damsgaard, great step over move. Clips this ball forward. Header won by Vertonghen. Advantage played. It's De Bruyne going out wide, but no one in the area for Belgium. And that's one of the rare times we see a misplaced pass, I should say, from Kevin De Bruyne. This is now Mela. Denmark forced into a turnover. Alderweireld now. We're midway through the second half. And a tightly contested affair, I should say. 1-1 the score. Denmark and Belgium squaring off in the second group game for both teams in Group B. Kevin De Bruyne couldn't find Lukaku. It was Kjaer who got in the way of that pass. Now here's Mela. Højbjerg. Now Vestergaard finding Thomas Delaney. 3 quarters through the match. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to continued coverage of UEFA Euro 2020. This is now Mela. Mela with a shot. Courtois with a comfortable save in the end. And now getting into it a bit with Larsen, who just came into the game moments ago for Denmark. You had a coworker named Casper, really? I don't know. I don't know if it's like Oscar. I think they're separate names. I think Casper's just popular in Scandinavia, and that will be a simulation call. Look at this, a yellow card for flopping, as it was Mikael Damsgaard diving, and Bjorn Kopper's not having any of that. Damsgaard was clearly trying to sell that foul in the box. And in the end, he's booked. Yep, definitely looking for it there. Throwing himself down, that's blatant. Wasn't even touched by Thomas Meunier. 70th minute, and it should be a fantastic ending to what's been a great match in Copenhagen. Belgium looking to stand atop Group B heading into the final game of the group stage. This is a great ball over the top. Lukaku controls, looking for support. Lukaku taking it towards the corner flag. Still with it is Lukaku. Great bit of skill. Now over to Tielemans. Edge of the box. Laid off. Eden Hazard to De Bruyne. He scores. Kevin De Bruyne with a brilliant finish and a great team goal from Belgium. That is absolutely brilliant. 2-1. Belgium lead. Kevin De Bruyne making his appearance known. He came in at the start of the second half. A goal and an assist. And you could say he's the reason why Belgium have a 2-1 lead. Of course, we've seen great team goals, but had it not been for the entrance of Kevin De Bruyne, maybe Belgium wouldn't have found this spark. Absolutely brilliant. The layoff pass from Torgan Hazard to Eden Hazard, and then Eden Hazard laying it off to Kevin De Bruyne, the one-time finish at the near post. Kasper Schmeichel might want to have that one back. But it's De Bruyne with the goal off great build-up play, I should say. And Eden Hazard also with the assist, I should mention, who also came in here in the second half. 2-1, Belgium lead. They've completely turned the tide in the second half. And all of a sudden, it's a very desperate situation for Denmark, who, if they come away with no points tonight, will have their backs to the wall. They'll simply need to win against Russia in the final game, and will need some help elsewhere as well. Goal differential will start to become a huge factor for Denmark. Yeah, what a performance from De Bruyne so far. No doubt about it, Badger. It's a 70th minute goal, and now Denmark simply have to go for it. They simply need a point to give them a realistic chance of going through. It wouldn't be the end of the world if they lost, but it would be close to it. Kevin De Bruyne, what an impact maker off the bench. Of course, the first time in the second half we've seen him on the pitch since he was forced out of the Champions League final, suffering that facial injury. As Cornelius has entered the match. It's actually a double change made by Denmark. And I'll update you with that information shortly. Look at Schmeichel here, well outside of his box, controlling it with the chest and clearing it out to midfield. Okay, so it was Jensen who came on for Denmark. It was actually, yep, it was Jensen and Cornelius. There we go. And making way there, was Delaney. Yep, so Thomas Delaney came out of the match for Jensen. And then it looks like Damsgaard was the other player to come off. And Damsgaard was the one replaced by Cornelius. So those are your substitutions from Denmark. We'll see if they can make a difference. We're now in the 74th minute. Belgium has a 2-1 lead. Who scored the second? It was Kevin De Bruyne, TG. KDB working his magic. This is won by Denaire. Now settled by De Bruyne. Back for Courtois. Well, of course, we're in the midst of Euro 2020, but a reminder that MLS picks up from their break as Atlanta United faces off with the Philadelphia Union. A great Eastern Conference battle. 2 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Should be an interesting matchup in MLS. Here's Braithwaite. Off to Højbjerg. Højbjerg, great delivery, chested down. Here's a chance. The shot is saved. The Barcelona man, Martin Braithwaite, denied. A diving save by Thibaut Courtois to preserve the Belgium lead. Yeah, I know, TG. De Bruyne is a machine. He truly is. Belgium with the lead, but Denmark certainly applying some pressure here, although that's taken away in the midfield. And here's a through ball. Romelu Lukaku nearly in. Now De Bruyne with a chance. He went for the one-time shot. Interestingly, played it low. Not sure if that's what he was intending, as the save was made by Kasper Schmeichel. Well, this has been a very entertaining second half. Play really starting to open up because we're in a situation where Belgium won an insurance goal and Denmark know they need a goal simply to salvage a point. Do I think Denmark has another one in them? It's hard to say. I think maybe. 15 minutes left. This game's far from over. Vertonghen into Lukaku. He's taken down. But the referee says that the infringement was against Lukaku, so advantage played in Denmark. On the front foot here. Braithwaite still going. Braithwaite with a chance. And the shot is blocked. Last-ditch defending. Nicely done by Toby Alderweireld. And a corner kick for Denmark on the far side. Exactly, TG. Denmark have Braithwaite, so you know he can provide a moment of magic for Denmark. He nearly did a moment ago. Great block by Alderweireld. And now here comes the set piece for Denmark. Outswinging ball. Headed by Vestergaard into a dangerous area. Courtois punches clear. And a foul called against the Danes. Courtois got taken out on the follow-through. After the cleared punch away, he was taken out by Kjaer. Kjaer, who plays for AC Milan. Yep, Kjaer. With no intent to foul Courtois there, but just came in a little bit late. Going back to that De Bruyne chance, he just mishit that shot. It was a great slide tackle from Kjaer to take the ball away from Lukaku, but then it fell to De Bruyne, who had that chance. Maybe even could have taken a touch, but decided to go with the one-time shot. And Courtois is still down. Both teams will essentially use this as an opportunity for a hydration break. It's not a brutally hot night in Denmark. It was, I think, 74 degrees Fahrenheit at kickoff. That second goal from Belgium, if you thought the first one was a great team goal, this second one was an absolute masterclass. De Bruyne slotting it into the near post. For a goalie like Kasper Schmeichel, he'd definitely like to have that one back, but take nothing away from the team effort on that goal from Belgium. As Courtois is helped back up to his feet. Looks like his left leg is what was aggravated. Yeah, that left knee of his was the issue. They brought the stretcher out just in case, but Courtois is back to his feet, and he will be able to continue. We'll look at the live table in Group B. It keeps on shifting that live table. It's now Belgium with 6 points atop the group. Russia and Finland each with 3. And then Denmark at the basement of Group B with 0 points. It's not looking bright for the hosts. Look at the stats. The possession 53 to 47% Belgium, but the total attempts 17 to 5 Denmark. And the attempts on target 6-4 in favor of the Danes, despite them trailing by a goal. And remember, through the first half, Denmark were dominating this game, really. But the second half has been a whole nother story. Axel Witsel wins possession. Now it's De Bruyne looking for support. What a pass that was. And what a job by Eden Hazard to get out of pressure. And an ugly challenge. Advantage played. Belgian fans will be gasping at any time Eden Hazard is fouled. But he is back to his feet as play continues. Yeah, I agree, TG. The concern is the Belgian defense. Their attack is stacked. Their defense still has some question marks. And, as you say, their golden generation, time's running out for this golden generation. They still haven't won anything. And this might be one of their last opportunities. This and then the 2022 World Cup next winter. 80 minutes played. Belgium leading by 1. Here is Axel Witsel. Back to Denaire. Alderweireld spinning out of pressure. Closing in on him was Jensen. And Lukaku commits the foul on Vestergaard. Vestergaard, who plays for Southampton. Yeah, exactly, TG. The injury to Castagna is huge because Castagna is a very solid right back, as Courtois is there at the edge of his box, claimed it with his hands, quickly let go as he slid to the outside of his 18-yard box. In the end, everything was done legally. And fouled there was the Leicester man, Yuri Tillemans, and a yellow card will be shown. This the third booking, and they've all gone to Denmark tonight. Jensen shown yellow. Yeah, they do have Meunier there at right back, but I think, Meunier is definitely a more attacking-minded outside back, but when it comes to 1v1 defending, I'd much rather have Castagna in that situation. Meunier is an okay replacement. He scored a goal against Russia when he came in for Castagna back on, Saturday. But as you say, it's still a big loss. 82nd minute, time winding down. Belgium up by a goal, and this will be played out of bounds due to an injury on the far side of the pitch. And down is Torgan Hazard. Looks like perhaps a cramp. After today, the action is not finished in Euro 2020. Group C is the focus. 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The Netherlands hosting Austria in Amsterdam. Both of those sides got wins in their opening matches. So it's a battle between two teams with 3 points through their opening match. Of course, it was a nervy victory for the Netherlands. Austria defeating North Macedonia in their opener. Here's Meunier. Meunier gives it away. It's won by Cornelius, and his pass won back by Belgium. Are having difficulty clearing. And now sent out wide by Mela. Dangerous cross. Braithwaite was nearly on the end of it. Yeah, Belgium need to be more careful with the ball in their defensive third because Denmark can capitalize. And as I say, Braithwaite making the run directly into the 6-yard box, and it was just beyond the outstretched right boot of Braithwaite. Nervy moments, certainly, for Belgium. Yeah, I know, TG. Netherlands, they can be great and they can be shaky. Yeah, their defense, collapsed against Ukraine, and it nearly cost them 3 points as Olsen comes into the match for Denmark. "84 minutes played. Probably have a decent amount of stoppage time once we hit the 90-minute mark. And by the way, just filling you in on that substitution, it was Vestergaard who came out. So Vestergaard came off. And it was Olsen replacing him. Here's Cornelius. Advantage given. It's now moved out to the left-hand side. Mela out to Braithwaite. Braithwaite delivers a cross. Courtois is there. Which European club do I support? Well, FC Porto are my favorite team in Portugal. And then the Premier League is the league I follow the most probably in Europe, although I follow all of the big 5 leagues. But Chelsea are my favorite team in England. And, I follow some other teams in different countries, but those are the 2 teams I support the most in Europe. Yes, so here are Denmark in possession. 5 minutes until stoppage time. This is an opportunity, perhaps. Jensen. Mela headed out by Belgium, although De Bruyne loses possession. A nice turn by Norgard. Mela once again finding Larson. Larson on the right-hand side. Now back into the middle. Simon Kjær. Now Norgard. The Danish supporters trying to get behind their side. Can they salvage a late equalizing goal? Larson delivers the cross, in-swinging ball. Dealt with by Belgium, but they still can't keep possession. Here's another chance. Crossed in. Braithwaite's header is off the bar. It's the best chance in the second half. And had the header been inches lower, it probably would have been the equalizer. Martin Braithwaite off of the top of the crossbar. The glancing header left Courtois hopeless, and a sigh of relief from the Belgian keeper afterwards. Inches away was Braithwaite from tying this game. Yeah, TG, the last few weeks have been fantastic for me, with Chelsea winning the Champions League and the U.S. Beating Mexico in the CONCACAF Nations League final. Absolutely, the last few weeks have been fantastic for me as a Chelsea and U.S. supporter. This is won by Denaire. Now Tielemans. De Bruyne to Witsel. "150 seconds until stoppage time." Vertonghen looking for De Bruyne. That ball cut out. And now it's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Højbjerg still going. Outside of the right foot pass, finding Larson. Now it's a chance. Blocked initially on Cornelius' effort. Shouts for a handball, nothing called. Play continues. As that was poked away from Olsen by Torgan Hazard. It will be a Denmark throw-in. There's still hope for the hosts. A great atmosphere with 25,000 in attendance. Just over 2/3 of what Parken Stadium holds in the capital of Denmark. 90 seconds until we reach the 90-minute mark. This is Andreas Christensen. Braithwaite couldn't quite find Cornelius. And now a clearance deep downfield. One back by the Danes. Braithwaite taken down. Play continues. Here's a shot. Oh, it's just off the mark. Jensen, the substitute, had to go for goal. Braithwaite setting up Olsen. And in the end, Jensen's effort just veered away from goal at the last second. It looked like it was going to be on target, but as I say, it just veered away from goal at the last moment, and Courtois will take his time on the goal kick. Yeah, you're absolutely right, TG. We have seen a lot of movement among managers. Which managerial change am I most excited for? That's tough to say. I'll have to think about that as we reach the 90-minute mark. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how much stoppage time there is, and there's the answer. 5 minutes will be added on. And so there's still time left for Denmark. Goal kick here. Yeah, if Denmark lose, they're not officially eliminated, mathematically speaking, but it will take quite an effort on the final match day against Russia. They'll have to get a win and win by a certain margin of victory for that goal differential to positively benefit them. 4 out of the 6 third-place teams go through. That's given away by Tielemans. The referee got in the way of that pass by Jensen. Play halted as is the law. Denmark will keep possession. Yeah, that's a good shout, TG. I'm definitely very interested to see what Jose Mourinho can do with Roma. Here's a header. Oh, it was a real good opportunity. Cornelius was lurking, but couldn't quite get on the end of that pass from Larson. As we're now in the 92nd minute of play. Here's De Bruyne. This pass chased down by Meunier. And Meunier comes away with possession. Back to De Bruyne. Now Witsel. Witsel into the middle with Tielemans. Back with Witsel. And Belgium just happy at this point to maintain possession and maybe get a third goal. Lukaku back for De Bruyne. But Lukaku was offside. The flag went up. And a quick resumption of play from Denmark as Kasper Schmeichel waves the rest of his team upfield. We're at the midway point of stoppage time, a minimum of 5 added on, as this flicked on header will eventually roll out for a Belgium goal kick. Martin Braithwaite of Barcelona has had a really good second half, but no goals. He's had a couple of good chances himself, and moments ago set up Jensen with a good opportunity. But Denmark still trailing by 1. Now here's Mela of Atalanta. Diagonal ball, and taken down there was Olsen, and a yellow card will be shown. Booked as Torgan Hazard. One of the goal scorers for Belgium tonight. He had the equalizer. He gets a yellow card as well. Yeah, Olsen's definitely provided a spark off the bench for this Denmark team. You have to think there's only maybe one more chance left for Denmark with about a minute remaining. But more will be added on as Vermaelen enters the match, replacing Torgan Hazard. So Hazard's yellow is his last contribution. Schmeichel is all the way up for Denmark, an extra attacker if you like, as Schmeichel is set at the edge of the Belgium 18-yard box. Here's the cross. Schmeichel was in the area, but it's headed away. The net is empty now. Here's De Bruyne. Schmeichel way out of his goal. Belgium can finish it off here. Here's the shot. Cleared away. Meunier had the chance, and to the rescue was Olsen. It was a really risky decision because, of course, Denmark have to keep in mind that goal differential is very important as well. And if Belgium had been able to score into that empty net, it would have been an even bigger blow for Belgium. Who is my shout for player of the tournament? I mean, we're only a week into the tournament, TG, so I can't make a claim yet. Once the group stage comes to an end, I'll tell you who I think is in the running for player of the tournament. But we've mainly seen just one game played for most of these teams. Here's Axel Witsel. Now that's a takeaway by Denmark. Is there one last opportunity? Driving forward is Braithwaite. One last chance. Braithwaite onto his right. Block shot there. And that is the last action of the match. It's all over in Copenhagen. A thrilling match. A tale of two halves, really. It's Denmark 1, Belgium 2. And it's a perfect 6 points out of 6. For Belgium through their opening 2 matches. Just what they wanted. And all Belgium will need in their final game in the group stage against Finland will be a draw to secure the top spot in Group B. A rough result for Denmark, who had the lead 2 minutes in, preserved that lead all the way until about the 55th minute when Torgan Hazard scored the equalizing goal. Then Kevin De Bruyne would score the winner. Yeah, a fun one indeed, Badger. That was a great game. Probably the best one I've called so far in the early stages of this European Championship. It was Poulsen with the 2nd-minute goal. Hazard, Torgan Hazard, that is, with the 55th-minute equalizer. And Kevin De Bruyne, who else, with the 70th-minute game-winning goal. Yeah, sad for Denmark, and they're not mathematically eliminated, as I said, but with 0 points through 2 games, it is a bit of a desperate situation. It is possible that you can go through with 3 points, but goal differential will certainly play a big factor, and so it'll be a crucial match for Denmark on the final match day against Finland, who will be playing for playing for a lot themselves, trying to qualify with 3 points heading into that match. Yeah, it would be sensational watching Finland go to the knockouts, definitely. What game am I thinking of calling next? Well, it depends, Badger. I might be able to do England-Scotland tomorrow, which I would love to do. There's nothing like that England-Scotland rivalry tomorrow, but there's a chance that I might be on the call for my high school's state tournament softball game, which is at the same time. So there's the possibility I do England-Scotland tomorrow. Be on the lookout. I may or may not do that game. I will definitely be doing Portugal-Germany on Saturday. That's a no-doubter. So either England-Scotland tomorrow or Portugal-Germany on Saturday. Definitely Portugal-Germany. England-Scotland, still a question mark. But yeah, I appreciate you tuning in, Badger, as that will conclude my broadcast. Denmark 1, Belgium 2. Yeah, no problem. I enjoy doing it, Badger, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed. 2-1, Belgium victory.